Chrysler is recalling more than 320,000 4xe model Jeep Wranglers and Grand Cherokees because this plug-in hybrid SUV's high voltage batteries could fail and potentially cause a fire while parked or moving. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is warning drivers to park impacted vehicles outside and away from any structures and to not charge them until they're repaired. The company says a fix will be available soon.
How long have we talked about this? How long have we talked about? And it's not, that well, yeah, it is. I mean, I talk about this so much, and of course, this is the basis for, I am an EV hater, and I don't understand that EVs are the future. What I do understand is that we still don't know a lot about EVs, and we don't know how they run. We don't know a lot about these big old lithium batteries that are under our feet when we're driving around these EV vehicles. And now, after all the conversations that we've had about these vehicles catching fire, when water touches these batteries in storms or floods, I mean, think about it. If you live in a flood area and you have a lot of EV vehicles, and we already established that EV vehicles catch fire when they're, submerged in water, what the fuck? What you think gonna happen? It just disgusts me that we just haven't spent the proper amount of time on not only building the infrastructure for these EV vehicles, but researching what's going to happen in the future when it comes to these vehicles. These are brand new vehicles. The 4xe just came out not that long ago. Man, it came out decent a couple years ago because I was still working at the Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership when it came out. So it came out a couple of years ago, I'm sure. But now, 3-4 years down the line, we're establishing that these vehicles, or these batteries in these vehicles, can catch fire. I'm telling y'all, man, it's one of those situations where, and of course I say it massively all the time. I repeat it. I say it. And of course, it's not the fault of the automakers. It's not. It's the fault of the consumer because we desire so much. We like so much variety in our lives. We like the idea that our cars are different. We can get a different kind of car, a different kind of color car, a different car with different features. A car that will drive so far, or a car that's completely electric and something that people standardly haven't seen a lot. Now, mind you, there's a plethora of EV vehicles on the road these days. And I tell you all the time, I'm a big fan of the Hyundai Ioniqs. I'm a big fan of those. There's a couple of EV vehicles I like. Of course, a couple of EV vehicles that I've checked out over in China. BYD, I like a couple of their vehicles very much. But what I am saying is that we really have to concentrate on somebody somewhere deciding that they're going to take these vehicles and really do the research that needs to be done to make sure that they're extremely viable for our roads. Because we're talking about a situation right now with this Jeep recall, and they're telling people that they shouldn't even park these cars in their garages right now. They're telling them not to charge their Jeeps. I remember when I was working over the Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership, and a gentleman had one of these vehicles, and it just came out. Brand new. He had just bought it. Had it for 2 weeks. Brought it back. It was at the dealership for like 3 months. And he ended up limit lawing it. Limit lawing it when you return the vehicle. Because we couldn't figure out how to get the check engine light to stop coming on. Man, look, I know y'all want to be the hottest ticket, and y'all want to have the hottest thing and all these type of things, and these and some of these are very quality things, quality vehicles, very nice. But what I'm saying is that we really truly have to decide that if we're going to meet any of these goals that these politicians or these earth-friendly. People are designing for EV vehicles, thinking in their minds that EV vehicles are better for the earth, which is questionable at best. We have to understand that if we're going to do that, we got to sit down and do a lot more research on what these cars are, what they can do, what they can't do, what's going to happen in the future with them, and how much of a danger they can be. I'm telling y'all, man, it's as much as I talk about, the whole Skynet of things, you have to think about situations where not only that, but you have to think about situations where if we're getting our EV vehicles from China or Japan or overseas at any situation. With these EV vehicles, it's very easy to put, bugs or, any kind of systems in these vehicles to arm them or to allow other people to control them. Remember we was talking about the Jeep Cherokee recall where people had the ability to link in with your software in your Jeep Cherokee and move it around. These are the technologies that are going to become a problem in the future for a lot of people. And, to be honest, it is one of the debate points on if we should decide or if there is a good reason to continue to import EV vehicles over here. Because, if we get into some kind of tiff with any of these countries that we're getting all these cars from, there's no telling what could be in these vehicles electronically that could disable them, destroy them, just blow them up. Because let's face it, we understand that those batteries can be set on fire many different ways, and that's literally setting up a bomb on a little car. So that's some conspiracy stuff. I probably shouldn't have went there, but what I'm saying is that we still just don't know enough. We have to set up some parameter that these vehicles are extremely tested from the rooter to the tutor, so we can know if we're driving a car that if it gets wet, it's going to set on fire and kill us. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I am Chris Surratt. Thanks for tuning in to the Car Concierge Show. Check me out later. Hit me in the DMs if you have any questions. Peace.